this is Farroy, just making a quick video about my latest VTT releases. It's the Starport Supplemental and Starport Megacorp. They're available on Fantasy Grounds Forge, which you can see there. Hopefully you can see it. And on DTRPG. Supplemental isn't on DTRPG yet, but it will be. So, and I'm in Fantasy Grounds right now. And let's see. First one I'll show you is the megacorp, and the megacorp. I've loaded 3 modules. I've got the corporate district here, and I'll show you where megacorp actually exists within the Starport. It's in the corporate district, which is another product. Bring this one up. It's in that quadrant. It's actually in the center here. That's the megacorp right there. Right there. So, bring up megacorp. Manual. I do all my stuff in the reference manuals. I don't do story anymore. It's just so if you're navigating my modules, generally the reference manual is the best place to do it. There's the cover. Here's the credits. There's a list and everything's available, and here's the primary page. And you have to open it up to see the pins. This is the megacorp that I just showed you from the top view. It's got 8 different levels. The upper levels are really just a docking bay for air rafts and stuff, so it's pretty insignificant. The Arboretum level, admin control level, which is like computer systems, command center kind of thing. The offices level, it's basic office space. Level 1 and level 2. So level 1 is this is actually the main lobby. When you come in down here. It's a pretty big map. You come in down there. Got the elevators going up. Parking garage here. Access from the outside, which goes down to the parking garage and the warehouse, which I'll show you in a sec. But this one actually has a second level to it. So level 2. This is like a walkway over the first level. This is the second level of the conference room. Conference room slash presentation room. A couple offices. Place to eat. Bar. Whatever. Here's the basement. That's where the ramp comes down from outside down into here. You park your cars, air rafts, APCs, whatever. And then there's a lift here, which goes down to a little warehouse. Oops, dang it. Actually a big warehouse, but yeah, there you go. And all these have line of sight and lighting. So it's better to show you on one of these. There's way more lights. Oops. And this one. There you go. All player preview. Lighting. Put a dude in it. What we got to do there? Good. And boom. He's in the control room. The other one is, real quick, is supplemental. And supplemental actually includes the government district. I'll show you. Oops. Here's a Starport. Oh, here's a Starport map. Here's a Starport map. The government district's right here. That's the center of it. It's these 4. I was going to release it separately, but I got tired of all my maps lying around. I mean, I've had these for a year, all these different ones here in supplemental, so I just called it supplemental, threw it all together, packaged it up as neatly as I could. The was just taking forever. Supplemental has all sorts, 19 different 25 pixel maps. And a lot of them are repeated, so even though it's like this one is of limited tactical use. I mean, it's a dome. I mean, you can put dudes around it and fight and stuff, but so it's there. But like I said, a lot of these are repeated, so you got those. All these here are just domes. Like the residential one I got here is repeated 3 times. Most of them are repeated about 3 times. This warehouse one, there's no warehouse there. It's just a cargo flat bay for ships to land. There's 3 of those. The industrial district towers, 2 different versions, and there's at least 3 of those. It's also got the entrances and exits, which are, they're pretty cool to have as you visit the starport on the ground or an air raft. You gotta stop, be searched, go through customs, what have you. And the main one. So there's 2 different versions of those. And they're repeated here, here, and here. Got some industrial district stuff. Again, these are just outside maps. I've only in supplemental, I've only mapped the large, or at least one variant of the large warehouse that you see here. You see a whole bunch here. I'm sure it's somewhere else. Well, maybe not. It's just that. There's just those, but there's a ton of them, so that's the one I did. If we go to warehouse 5, bring it up here. Let's see. I put 1 pin on it, and you can bring up the warehouse, the actual warehouse, in 100 pixel standard bat map. That's got line of sight lighting and everything. Ready to roll. And these are the 25 pixel battle maps, so I did some work. I actually added starships since my last video. And I'll show you that. Those are free. It's in the vehicles module. We'll go to activation. Where's the vehicles? CRW vehicles. I'll load it up. Actually don't even need the images. I'm just going to go to assets. CRW vehicles. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. And from here, cool thing about this. Oops. Unlock it. And it's got ships now. And I added the Far Trader top view. That Scout Courier. This one, pretty sure. Just an alternate version of this one. So, since they're already scaled to 25 pixels, you don't have to do any math. You just grab it, drop it in there from the layers. Just add the tile, and then click. Boom. Free trader, far trader. Park it right there. Then you could put in like the Scout Courier, same thing. Boom, put a Scout Courier right there, because they're everywhere. Or alternatively, you could put the mapped version of the Scout Courier. Just drop it in the tile and click. There you go. Scout Courier with a map. So you can have your dudes in it. There's also assets I included with this Starport supplemental. It has a ton of content in this one just because I just took everything I had and that was reasonable and packaged it up, and here it is, and included it with the government district. Yeah, let's go back up. Supplemental, and here's the assets that I included. Of course, it's got all the ISOs. Cargo. Some of my other ones did all these cargoes, but didn't really just do the same thing. Drop it in there. That's a little big. Take it down. Control C, Control V, create copy. Control V, Control V, Control V. Just copy and paste a whole bunch out there. Some down by the ships, whatever you want to do. Oops, what the heck did I just do? There we go. Alright, so we got cargo spread out a little bit. We got that. We could add a what else did I add? We could add a of course in the vehicles, as always, has been like the air rafts. You can add those or an AFV, whatever you want. Boom. That's a little big, so you'll have to resize that one. And all my 25 pixel maps have this, the key, so it's the size of a person lying down, and that's the size of an air raft. So you can just kind of use that as a general guide if you don't want to, be strict about the scaling, which I hardly ever am. So get it roughly right. That's good. Air raft parked there. And we'll drop a dude in it. Now most of these don't have LOS. Drop a guy in it. Of course, look how tiny he is. That's because it's a huge map. There we go. Oops. Play mode. And then now he can be in the ship. Of course, there's no LOS for this either, but at least you can play it out, have a rough idea of where he is in the ship, while your other crew members are out here buying cargo or stealing cargo or whatever it is they do. I did add line of sight to 1 just because I wanted to see how it looked, because it's the one I'm probably going to use for our next session here. So drop the same guy in there. This is just fuel towers probably, or some sort of liquid, preferably flammable. Enable line of sight. There we go. Show player preview. Okay. Yeah, this is a better tactical map because you can hide stuff around and blow stuff up. But you can add your own line of sight, lighting, all that stuff, of course. And they all also include the ISO, just a view from the side, up and from the side, so you can kind of get an idea of the perspective and levels. Oh, I was going to show you the shipyard real quick before I end. Shipyard actually has extra assets included with it. If you look at it, they're in layers. Like there's an in-place crane, there's a counter crane, crossover crane, which is this. I included those as assets so you could put your ship under it. Like, let's put a ship in here. Go here. Ships. Put a Harrier. Drop it in. Drop it down. There's a Harrier in the shipyard. Get new guns or whatever. Okay, let's say you want your Harrier here. And then that crossover crane is an asset. I'm not sure which one. That one. And you can just disappear it or move it or whatever you want to do. You can add more cranes. Like the cranes are in, we go to back up, go to here, and they're in shipyard assets. So a bunch of cranes. You'll probably have to size them. I did. I sized them in this one. I think they're smaller, and then you just make them bigger. Like, I'll show you. There's a crane. Oh, it's a pretty good size. You can do whatever you want. Tiny one. And just for fun, I had some gun emplacements you could put anywhere. I did a couple different perspectives, but just do this one since it's in the middle. I just threw this one in real quick, so it's probably, yeah, it's way too big. I think if you hold shift down, it maintains proportions when you're resizing. We'll put a gun emplacement up here. You can shoot the players. They get out of hand. Those gun emplacements are also right here in the main Starport map. I'm sure you could just drop them in there even if you wanted. Add more. Gun emplacement. Boom. Of course, it's huge. Hold shift. Make it super small. There you go. It actually looks better than the one that's there. Heck. Shift. And there we go. Or whatever. I don't remember how to ignore the grid, but you can do that too. It's one of those keys. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an idea what the content was in the megacorp Starport content and the Starport supplemental. So I'm going to make this video a lot shorter than my last one. My last one was like 40 minutes, and I don't think I'm anywhere near that. So my stuff is on Fantasy Grounds Forge, forge.fantasygrounds.com. Again, this is Pharoid. If you can read the places on the in this video towards the bottom there, that's perfect. If you can't, I'm sorry. I just threw it in there real quick. And it's also available on DriveThruRPG, or some of my stuff. But the link's there. Go to DriveThruRPG. You can search for CRW RPG design, and it should come up if you can't read that link. Or yeah. The DriveThruRPG stuff obviously doesn't have the line of sight and lighting, but I did bake the lighting in to the DriveThruRPG stuff, so hopefully that helps a little bit. Maybe I'll include that maybe I'll include them both with lighting and just plain map. But for now, Fantasy Grounds, I'm using just the plain map with the built-in lighting and line of sight. So anyway, that's all I got. Happy gaming, and have a good one.